Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, welcome to the channel. My name is SJ, and I'm a girl who just loves to read books and always wants to talk about them because I have nobody else to talk about them with. That's why I created this channel, even though this channel ain't going anywhere because I ain't got no subscribers, but it's fine. At this point, I'm just talking to myself. It's fine. But I have a new and used book haul. Not like I needed any more books considering my TBR list is like 3 miles long, but it's fine. It's fine. But let's get into the haul. Okay, we're going to start with the new books first, and we're going to start with the book that I'm actually currently reading. It is Hooked by Emily McIntyre, I think is how you say her name, but it's kind of like this modern day retelling of Peter Pan in a way, except the main character is Hook, who's a villain. But I'm really loving it so far. I think I'm on chapter 7. But I love it so far. So don't spoil it for me if you guys have already read it. Please don't spoil it. Next, we have Twisted Love. I have heard positive and negative things about this book, but the negative reviews just make me want to read it even more. So I picked up my first like hockey romance book. That's something that I've noticed trending with books lately is hockey romance. I'm not a big sports person. I don't really like sports, but I decided to give one of them a try. This is Pucking Sweet, and it is part of the Jacksonville Rays hockey series. I think this is the third. Yeah, this is book 3. Great way to start off a series. Just pick up book 3. It's fine. I decided to give it a try. It sounded a little interesting. Might not be. Who knows? I'm not really, like I said, I'm not big into sports. I'm not big into hockey. I don't really like these types of books, but I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. And then I have been seeing this book all over TikTok, and I was like very intrigued by it. It sounded really interesting. It's Her Soul to Take, and this is book 1 in the Souls trilogy. So yeah, I'm like really excited to start this book because it sounds super interesting. We have Flock and Exodus. I think I'm saying that right. This is book 1 and 2 in the Ravenhood, which is like, again, a modern retelling of Robin Hood. So I like these authors who take like old like fairy tales that I grew up with and they just kind of make their own little spin on it. I think that's like really interesting and it can make for a very good story. So I believe this is like a 3-book set, but I just have the first and the second for right now. We'll see how it goes. I have Fireborn. So this one, again, I read the back of it. It sounded interesting. Love the sprayed edges, though I think this is getting a little overplayed. I'm seeing a lot of books with these sprayed edges. Beautiful, but I mean, when it's on my bookshelf, are you really going to see those sprayed edges? No, not really. I read the back of it and it kind of reminded me a little bit of Fourth Wing because it has to do with dragons and dragon riders. So I definitely love Fourth Wing. I have yet to start Iron Flame, but yeah, so I picked this one up because I was like, sounded interesting. All these books sound interesting. We have A Little Life. So I have heard that this is a very good book. You're basically rooting for the main character and shit just keeps on happening to the main character. But I've heard that you definitely want a couple boxes of Kleenex when you read this book, which I'm just all the more intrigued because people said that about The Notebook. And when I read The Notebook, I didn't once shed a tear. So I'm kind of wondering, am I just like emotionless or did that book just not move me? So I'm kind of wondering if this one is going to make me cry. And then we have Once Upon a Broken Heart. This is by the same author who wrote the Caraval series that I still have not read. I have the first one in the series, but I haven't read it. And I don't know which one came first, but I heard that you don't have to read that series to go into this one. It's like a tie-in, but it's not a tie-in. But I was getting a little bit of like Alice in Wonderland vibes from this book when I read the back of it. And I was like, sounds interesting. So, but I've also heard very negative reviews about this book. So I don't know. I guess I'll have to find out and see if it really is that good, because a lot of people tell me that don't read this book series. It sucks. So now I'm a little worried. And last in the new book haul, we have Belladonna. Somebody told me when I was looking at it in the book aisle, they're like, "Oh, that's about a girl who like kills herself routinely to see her dead boyfriend." So I picked it up and didn't read the back of it. And then I got home and I read the back of it and I'm like, that doesn't sound at all what the book is about, but okay. But the main character makes an alliance with Death himself. So I was like, oh, all right, well, that sounds even better. So again, I think this is like a 3-book series, maybe 4. I don't know. But I was like, let me give it a shot. Let me see how this goes. Okay, now we're going to start with the used books that I got. We went to this little indoor flea market and they had one booth that was full of nothing but books and they were all 25 cents each. So my fiance looked at me and said, go ahead and pick out a couple books. I was like, you don't have to tell me twice. And I actually really do love buying used books. They're cheaper. Like I got them for 25 cents each. And you know, sometimes you can find some books that you've been wanting to read. Sometimes you can find even brand new books that have been out for a while at bookstores and they, you know, someone's read them and then just gotten rid of them. And a couple of the books, I think I got 5, right? 1, 2, 3. Yes, 5. They're all by VC Andrews. I've actually been wanting to read a couple of her books. I have seen the movies that were on Lifetime, Flowers in the Attic. And that is one of her, I guess, most well-known works that she has put out. It's the Flowers in the Attic series. I know I can buy the books off of Amazon, but I just haven't yet. But I got a couple of her books at this little booth, and 2 of them are the Castile family ones. And I just have to say, these covers, look at this. Look at this cover. Look at them. I love the covers of her books. There's just something about them that I love. You can tell they're old. The pages are like yellowed, but like, I just love this cover. And then you open it. Oh, I love that. This is like something that, you know, if you were looking at your mom's bookshelf or even your grandmother's bookshelf when you were younger, you would probably come across these books. And I'm living for these covers. I know that sounds weird, but I'm living for them. But her books are very like, they're like a Lifetime movie. Dramatic for no reason, but you know what? People be eating them up. And I'm like so interested to actually like sit down and read some of her books that she's put out instead of just focusing on the movies that are based off of the books that she's written. So like I said, I have 2 of the Castile family books. One's Gates of Paradise and then Fallen Hearts. And then the other 3 that I got are part of the Hudson series. So I have the 2nd one, 3rd one, and 4th one. I do not have the 1st one because it was not at the booth. But again, look at these covers. Like, oh, I'm living for the covers. I love them so much. Yeah. I was like, I saw all of these and I was like, these covers. The covers definitely pulled me in. So I am interested to start those. Then I have 2 books that I read when I was in like middle school, high school. I was obsessed with this series and I haven't been able to find it anywhere. Again, you can get them on Amazon. They are used, and because I don't think these books are in print anymore, they are like very expensive. So they are called Daughters of the Moon, and it was like a whole series of books. I think there was like 12 or 13 books. I'm not positive, but I have book number 5, The Sacrifice, and then I have book number 12, The Becoming. So these books, they are about Vanessa, Katie, Serena, and Gemna seem like ordinary girls living in Los Angeles, but they each have a secret. Vanessa can become invisible. Katie travels back in time. Serena reads minds, and Gemna has premonitions. What separates them from others bands them together as Daughters of the Moon. So I think, if I can remember correctly, I think all of these girls have some form of like one of the Greek goddesses in them. I can't like fully, it's been a while. It's been years since I've picked up one of these books and read it. But When I saw these and they were only 25 cents each, I was like, oh, this is bringing me right back to my middle school and high school years where I ate these books up. So I'm excited to reread them and see if they're as good as I once thought they were. And then last, I have this book, Never After, and it is by Melissa De La Cruz. And I actually have a couple books from or by her. The Descendants books that she wrote that were supposed to tie in with the Descendants movies from Disney. And then I have the Blue Bloods books that she wrote, which were about like the vampires living in like modern day New York, but they were also tied in with like angels and demons, and it was just like a whole thing that kind of confused me. So I think I need to sit back and reread those because I got a little confused reading them, but it was still a good series. So she wrote this Never After book, and it sounds interesting. Like this girl all of a sudden is living in the book series that she loves, and she's got to go on these adventures and stuff like that. So I was like, let me try reading this because, like I said, I do love Melissa De La Cruz's books. So yeah, that was my little new and used book haul. Quite a few books that I really did not need, like I said, because my TBR list is so long, but some of them I couldn't pass up, especially like the 25-cent books. Can't pass up a good deal on books like that. Also, Target was running a deal where you buy one book, you get one 50% off. So I was like, okay, I'll get some of those because, you know, buy one, get one 50% off. Plus you can match them with the online price because the online price is always cheaper than the in-store price. Little tip there for you guys. If you shop at Target for your books, you can always price match them with the online price because the online price is going to be cheaper. So there you go. If you have the Target app, Target Circle app, you can just scan them, price match them right there in the store. But let me know which one of these books that I got in this little haul that you are looking forward to read or have read. And if you have read it, don't spoil it for me. Just be like, oh, hey, yeah, I read that and it was good or it was bad. Like I said, negative reviews make me want to read the books more. Let me know if you've read any books by VC Andrews because, like I said, I'm actually really interested in starting her books. And I feel like if I start her books, I might enjoy them and then just be put down this rabbit hole of wanting all the VC Andrews books. But let me know what you guys think, all that kind of stuff. And I hope to see you in the next video. Love you. Bye.